We know it's going to be the worst earnings season in 12 years, but don't let the dog days of summer distract investors from opportunities in the second half of the year. You know, baseball's back, so we call it the Yogi Berra kind of market, where if you see a fork in the road, you take it. And what that fork really means is a rotation that we saw last week out of some of the big growth names into some of the value names. We saw Amazon underperforming, we saw Netflix underperforming, but we saw value names starting to come back. And this morning, you see it with Chevron buying Noble. Energy earnings are a disaster, and that's where the opportunities are. So for earnings season, of course, you're going to get through IBM, you're going to get through Microsoft, you're going to get through Intel, all of which should be all the focus for investors, not COVID, not the noise in Washington. We got to see what happens after earnings season. A third of these companies won't even give you guidance because this earnings season is a pass, but you opportunity for investors to move into some of the value names like financials that reported last week where the earnings weren't quite as bad as people thought. And that's where the value is. And it's an exciting second half of the year, but it's going to look totally different than the first half of the year, Maria.
So do you want to do that through specific names or through ETFs?
You know, Maria, there's a lot of opportunities here in sectors within the market. And look, the Fed's not going away anytime soon. Look, we got a stimulus package in Washington. We know that income is going to be very hard to find. So it's a yield desert. Rising growth of dividends. So VIG is one way to play that. VCIT. Maria, you talk about taxes, municipal bond ETFs like MUB. Taxes are going up. So we want to have tax shelters anywhere we can get them because taxes are going to be a problem. And it is going to be a focus for investors the second half of the year. Shelter yourself from taxes, Maria.